Hey Scrubs, this is Retro, and this is going to be a new series of calming content for you to watch as you are doing something in the background, or, I don't know, God, doing your taxes, paint your toenails, boys. I like to watch quote-unquote calming content before I go to sleep. I'll often watch some sort of like calm YouTube videos, such as people building things, and then I end up dropping the iPad on my face. So this is going to be me building a Minutemen Hangout for my settlers in Sanctuary. You can see we've got Blue's bar here. That's because Piper refers to your character as Blue. I thought that was quite a nice bit of flavor. Everything is pretty much in the right place. I'm just going through the interior right now, making that look how I wanted it to look. So this series is going to be me building and then speeding that content up and talking about why I'm building it and how I've built it. I hope you guys enjoy. If you don't, too bad. I had a blast making it. Let's watch me build. Oh, burps. Can't stop the burps. Another drink, please, bud.
I should have done more.
Okay, so to start the build off, need to select a plot. I'm going to use the one that's closer to the bridge. Also need to tell Dogmeat to sit tight, otherwise he tries to jump into the build and he usually ends up getting in the way, which just drives me absolutely nuts. So I knew I wanted a fairly big building. This character, Candy, is basically a Minutemen character, so I'm going to be wanting kind of like a Minutemen hangout club sort of thing, quite close to the entrance, so that it can also, so it can also double up as maybe a bit of a security station as well. When I expand, it becomes a bigger settlement. As of right now, this save is just after completing helping Preston out in Concord, so they're on their way here. I knew I wanted a fairly big structure, so I've used 3 of the massive shacks. You're going to see what this back area, I've got something nice planned for this back area. See if anyone can work it out before it's actually finished. So, perfect, that fits nicely. So I've sped things up to nearly 2 times speed because I'm so indecisive, and I watched it back at normal speed and I found it boring myself. I've watched a lot of Avorion, which is a sort of like 4X space game, sim sort of thing, where you build your own ships with blocks, kind of like Minecraft, but a lot more complex. And the main guy who I watched in that, I think it's Stealth Gaming, he calls it calming content. I think this is probably going to be, I'll refer to this as calming content that you can watch as you're sort of going to sleep sort of thing, if put me to sleep. That's my Java update available. Excellent. Why have I got that? Okay, so here you can see I'm having a nightmare trying to get this wall piece in where I want it. So I'm basically putting in extra pieces to try and be able to snap the door in, and this happens when you've got big there we go, I've got the wall in. When you've got the big pieces for the floor, the big foundations, and you've got mods that let you snap to many more points, so it becomes a bit more difficult. But there we go, I've used those side pieces to create a place where I can snap the wall to. And this is the first time I've done a sort of in-depth build for a couple of weeks, so I'm unfamiliar as of recording to where all the different pieces are, because I've got the menu manager, so it sort of moves everything around a little bit. So it's not just wood, metal, a bit more complex, which is fun, but there's so much variety. So you see there, it wouldn't snap one way, you've got to spin it around the other way. What I wanted this building to be, because it's going to be one of the first builds I do for this playthrough, is it's going to be quite a raggedy sort of, kind of like a junkie, not drug junkie, but sort of like junkyard sort of Mad Max aesthetic almost. And then maybe I'd revisit it and redesign it in a couple 100 hours of play, where I would replace a lot of the wood with metal or concrete. So yeah, that's why I'm trying to use some of these more trashy looking fence pieces. Also trying to think of what I'm going to call this building. You might already see it in the title if I've decided by the time I'm done recording and uploading. Not yet sure, but I like to use, that you can see there, I like a variety of wall pieces. What I used to do And I didn't realize this was such a bugbear until I started watching YouTube videos, and then I saw other people doing it. Was if you use the same piece of wall shack, which is what I used to do, it looks so boring. So I know here I want a back entrance with a bit of an area that you can see out of. Little doorway or a block. Yeah, let's just block this one up. I think I'm going to move that piece later. Okay, so I've got my door here. I'm putting it at the back. I'm going to create another little back piece by here. But I basically want this building to be a hang spot for the Minutemen, you know, after hard days, minuting or whatever they do. Fuck all, apparently. I want them to have somewhere in my settlement where they can sort of chill out, sink a couple of beers, play a bit of pool, work out. I'm thinking about putting in some sort of overhang area, and then I could maybe have a gladiator arena. And obviously, because we're all dude bro Minutemen, it wouldn't be like fight to the death. It would just be sport sort of thing. So no death clause. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here, and the wall is very, very resistant to my advances, is I'm trying to put a wall piece by there. And there we go. I work out that you have to basically move the outside pieces to get the wall there, because with those blocks on the outside, it becomes very difficult to snap it in. The joys of trying to get things to snap. So luckily this is sped up, but some of these things you'll see me do take a long time. It's very frustrating. Here we go. This is probably me screeching at the screen. Oh, there we go. Had it, and it's back. Okay, I'm gonna have a little walkway there. Can you work out what it's for? Wink, 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 wink. Another wall going in here. Yeah, I love these sort of scrappy pieces with overhangs and sort of like protruding pieces on the wall piece. So I don't like my buildings to be very blocky. I like them to have things that stick out and make them look kind of ugly and believable. So there we go. I'm just walling this off, trying to get a variety of wall pieces. Anybody guess what this is going to be yet? I don't think you're going to find out in this video. So let me know in the comments what you think that room's going to be for. So yeah, the Ivorian Let's Play I watch, which is called quote unquote calm content, is basically for chilling out in the night. When I first read it and the guy said that it was people fall asleep to it, I thought, oh, you know, I wouldn't do that, I'm hardcore. And then I woke up the next morning, my girlfriend shook me, and I had the iPad on my face. I basically fell asleep watching it. So, prove me wrong. Hopefully this can be similar sort of content. I sort of spend several hours building in Fallout 4, and I find it very therapeutic and quite calming. I use King Gath's, I think it's, oh god, I don't want to butcher this now, he'll kill me. I think it is Workshop Plus, where you can freeze time when you're building, and it's got an unlimited build mode. You can fly around when you're building. So if anyone's wondering why I've got some of those features, that's why. Brilliant mod. I don't think I work it out in this video, but in the next one I work out that with Workshop Plus you can actually clone objects that you're looking at, and that saves you so much time when you've got a heavily modded workshop, and you can quickly identify what you need without having to sync through 7 or 8 different menu types. So you can just look at it, press C, and it's cloned. You've got 2 of them, it's beautiful. Put the stairs down for this little back area, but I need to get... So I was sort of thinking, ooh, let's get trendy and have a triangle at the back, but that didn't work out, so... The triangle is out. Yeah, here we go. Is it going to be a triangle? No, retro, you douchebag. Right, let's put something believable down there. Any minute now. There we go. Conceded? Yeah, there we go. That's going to fit perfectly, and it looks quite nice, that piece. Okay, beautiful. It's going to need some stairs on it. There we go. That's going to come together nicely. Okay. So I know I've got some of those wall pieces facing the wrong way in that corner, so the protruding metal scrappy parts are pointing inward. I quite like that as well. It just makes the buildings look more unique. Here I'm sort of looking at the prefabs, thinking about what I could maybe add on, but they're just getting a kick in the nuts for now. They might get put in at another point, but we'll see. Okay, so this is where I had my epiphany. This is where it hit me. I knew that I wanted to have a section of this building that sort of like came out almost like a windowed room balcony sort of thing, where you could see out and see who was coming into the settlement, basically. I've left those pieces there because I want to use them later. This isn't snapping how I want it. It's upset me big time, so I'm going to use place anywhere to get it in there. If you're on PC, use place anywhere. It's a godsend. And then I decide that's not happening. That's not potatoes. So I'm going to go in again. Look through some of these. I was trying to work out what I wanted to put down. So I want a protrusion from the building like that, but I want it to come out further. So there we go. You see it now. But I want it to be quite a lot bigger. So I'm going to use some of these foundation pieces. Obviously, it all has to be facing the same way on the floorboards, because otherwise, you know, the OCD will haunt me. I'll get up in the middle of the night to redesign my buildings. Okay, snap this. I'd love to see more variation on these pieces. The balcony sort of pieces, what I refer to it as, sorry. Dump some of these down, use some of these pieces. Now, yeah, this isn't snapping in, so place anywhere is once again going to come and do a bit of a job for me. This one's, yeah, that one's aggressively snapping. Like a naughty little fish. Is this going to go in anywhere? Not without place anywhere. Let's put that in. Nice, nice, nice. And shack end cap. Okay, so it's not all neat, it's not all tidy, and I've got crippling OCD about that sort of things. I am the sort of person that lines my pencils up and things like that, so it kills me not to have my buildings looking very chic and shiny, but it's sort of also adventurous. How sad is that? Jesus Christ. Okay, so a variety of pieces here. I don't think I realised it yet, but at some point... Oh, sorry, swallowed down some of my iron brew there. At some point, I'm going to realise that I want to have a little balcony at the back there as well. Okay, so at this point, I'm sort of thinking that I want a wall piece to divide the sort of front room and the main room from the back over there, which is the back entrance. And the way I'm going to do that is place all of these down so they snap in the middle, and just leave these two pieces up, delete the pieces on the side. Now, as I was building this, I was sort of thinking that I wanted to create a bedroom here and just have someone who's permanently stationed in, I'm going to call it the bunkhouse for now, which is this building, this sort of hang for the boys, and the lady. But I wanted to build a bedroom, so in a minute you'll see that I get to that. Also, yeah, here we go. This needs to look pretty as well. Also, I was thinking at this point I had an amazing idea. What if I built on the second floor, or the floor above this one anyway, what if I built a sort of balcony that you could sit out on? So that's why I'm trying to make it kind of like a ramp. And also the ceiling's quite a bit larger than usual, or quite a bit higher than usual. If you're downstairs anyway, which is quite nice. I'm going to make that into sort of like a seating area where people can have their food, maybe put a bit of kitchen stuff in there. Maybe, we'll see. I put this ramp down and realized it looks kind of shitty, so I just got rid of it anyway. We can have enough objects in this settlement, so it's going to be crazy. Okay, so I'm about to aggressively carpet the shit out of this. It's not snapping properly because the wall's backwards, so I put one on the other side, and then one on the side closest to us. That should work eventually. Let's get in there. There we go. Notice I'm using these pieces that have got a bottom and a top. They're my favorite. They just make it so much easier. And if you watch other people building on YouTube, that's what they tend to do as well. It's a beautiful piece, and you can sink it down like that. It's just so nice to have, and it really helps with snapping walls and things to it. There we go. Sink it. Sink. Beautiful. So I'm just going to fill this out until I realize what I want. Light bulb. So here I realize, oh, I want to make a sort of a raised area. There we go. Love those light bulb moments. Now, what are we going to do here? So again, wall's facing the wrong way, so snap it to the outside, snap one to the correct side, and I'll remove the bit that's on the wrong side in a second. Happened again there. It's important because these shack pieces have an upper and a lower snap point that you get the more uniform. Death by OCD. So yeah, I think I've dropped one of them. Is that the right height? No, I haven't noticed it yet, but I will in a sec. Okay, put this in. Anyone worked out what that back room's going to be? Not a peeping room. Pivot. Okay, sync that, sync that, sync that. I don't know what it is, I just find it so therapeutic to build. Yeah, there we go. I'm not being too anal about the way the planks are facing at the moment. That might change later. We'll see. Get my double pieces, put those in that room. There we go. Now I need to get stairs that go up to the raised platform area. I'm going to make the raised platform area sort of seated lookout point, basically. Come on, what are we going to do? Stairs. Okay, I think I'm just going to use the basic sort of wooden stairs. I thought about using the billboards or the boards, but I didn't really like that. I'm going to use these steps. I think they look quite nice. They suit the wooden aesthetic as well. The problem is that you can see underneath them, and it looks kind of like they're floating. So I think in a minute I'm going to put something underneath so you can't tell how floaty they actually are. Excellent. Oh, I love it. I love it. That's going to be beautiful when it's done. Okay, so that's looking pretty nice now. It's starting to take shape. Okay, let's get in there and have a look from the bottom so you can see that these stair pieces are sort of cucking me over a little bit. Okay. There we go. That's going to help massively with making it look less stodgy at the stairs, less awkward. Try to get this piece to rotate correctly. That's another couple of minutes of my life I'll never get back. So I freaked out and I just started putting multiple pieces down. You can see the tantrum. There we go. That's down. Rotate for me, please. Yes. And now I can remove these. Beautiful. I notice I've got a gap. Luckily for me, there's a category with filler pieces. Gap fillers. Here we go. What an absolute godsend. So I put this down initially. I find this piece that I really like. This piece by here, the 2-beam gap filler. I really, really like that. So I'm going to use that quite a bit, I think. I also like this white and blue piece. It looks very much like we've run out of proper equipment, so we've just sort of bolted it to the wood. There and there, sorted. And now from above, stairs don't look so janky. Okay, excellent. That's going pretty well, actually. Okay, this piece is going to come out. I'm going to realize that I'm going to have... So it started off with me thinking I'll have a bit of an outdoorsy bit here, but it changes into something a bit more advanced down the line. I have a bit of a walkway around the side, but you'll see that when it comes. Okay, snap for me. Oh god, here we go. Tantrum incoming, maybe. Yeah, so there we go. I realised snap it onto that piece and then try and line it up. The problem is I've got that shack wall which is really just flicking me in the balls. I can't get it to snap on properly. Oh, come on. It keeps just coming on for a second, but I think that wall might have been cock blocking me. There we go. So that goes on. Get rid of that one. Oh, never mind. It's staying. Here we go. Now I've realised I'm going to keep it. I like having multiple there. Put that wall piece in. Shack floor needs to go back in. Sink it. You're going to sink for me. You will sink. There we go. So, and then this is the moment where I sort of go, oh wow, that's cool. I could have a walkway around here. Connect it all up. Make it all fluid to walk around so you don't have to sort of like backtrack when you're in the building. Which I really, really enjoy. There we go. Get rid of that piece. I was going to put a corner piece in like this, but I didn't like the way it looked compared to the rest of the corner, so I took it out. Put that one in, apparently. Well, what do I know? Put a little floor piece back in there. I wanted the one with the whiteboard on it, if I remember correctly. Is that the one I'm going to pick? Yeah, look at that. That looks nice. Surface snap off, which means that you can move objects through each other. It doesn't matter if there's another object in place, unless it's got snap points. There's object snap, which is for the snapping points, and surface snap, which is things can sort of go through the floor and stuff like that to sink them in a bit. Just walling off this back area a bit. What's it gonna be? Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, well, coming to the end of this video. Hopefully you liked it. I find it so therapeutic to build. I've recorded a bunch of these, so they will be out fairly soon. The build's basically complete at the time of recording the voiceover for this video. I just need to decorate some things on the inside, but I hope you like what I've done so far. If you did, subscribe, leave me a like, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Peace.